Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2024 LSC Basketball Online Media Day. I'm Kent Johnson, and I'm joined today by West Texas A&M head men's basketball coach Tom Brown. To his left, we have junior guard Ahamed Mohammed, and at the far end, we have junior guard Nicholas Jett. Coach, we'll start with you. You got to reflect on last season. 30-5 overall, your third Final Four appearance in 6 seasons, a West Division title, a Lone Star Conference title, but you've lost a lot of veteran leadership off that team. What's this year's roster look like?
Different. We did lose a lot. We lost, Larry Wise was the player of the year, and Rylan Holt was the defensive player of the year. Zach Toussaint is the second all-time leading scorer here at WT, and we lost some others too that were very vital to our program. But we do have Nick and Ack back, and we have some others, and we have some really good freshmen. We had some really good freshmen last year that are sophomores this year, but our team is young. We have 3 juniors, and then the rest are freshmen and sophomores. So we're pretty young this year, but I still think we're a pretty solid team.
Nick, we'll start with you. You're back for your third year with the WT program. We talked about what last year was, but through the first couple months of practice this year, how does this year's team differ from what you had last year?
Yeah, so it's all about gelling together from start until we are now. Of course, we're much better than when we first started practice. We are young, but that's also a good thing. We're running up and down, running the floor. So I think this year we'll get up and down and run the score.
And Ahamed, you stepped into a starting role last year. This is your third year with the program. How has the coaching staff helped you develop physically and mentally for the role that you're taking on?
Truly, just them believing in me and giving me the keys to the team, and just taking over and do what I'm able to do.
How do you balance doing what you need to do as opposed to trying to do too much?
Again, with the coaches, they'll keep me level-headed, keep me there. If I'm doing too much, they'll let me know. If I'm not doing enough, they'll get after me a little bit.
And Tom, we alluded in our introduction that for the past 7 or 8 years, the road to the LSC title has gone through Canyon, Texas. How do you defend your title this year?
Well, it's every year is different, and like Nick said, it's we do have a good group of guys, and we're getting better every day. We're young, but I think the couple keys are playing a tough schedule, and we've got Ferris State and North Carolina Pembroke coming in, who are Ferris went to the Elite Eight last year, and Andy does a great job up there, and then Drew down at North Carolina Pembroke. So 2 really good teams. I mean, really good teams to start off the season, and then we play in a tough conference, the Lone Star Conference. We have some good non-conference games. We go out to Fort Lewis this year, and they were very, very good last year. They have a coaching change, so not sure what they're going to be like, but you want to go play good teams, and I think that's something that sets us apart. We're not afraid to play anybody. And then we've had a coaching staff together now. Coach Gove and I have been together now. This will be our 27th year together. And so it's when you have that kind of familiarity with each other. I mean, he can take over a practice at any time, and he does a great job. We did lose Coach Chabelvik, which is going to really hurt, but we've got 2 youngsters that are going to try to fill in for him, Parker Nielsen and Zach Toussaint. And they'll have more duties this year, but Chris will have more duties. I'll have some more duties, and again, going back to what Nick said, we've got a pretty good team, and we've got some guys that are hungry and some guys that want to prove themselves. So, looking forward to November 1st.
And Ahamed, Coach just talked about a hungry team that wants to prove himself. You look at the roster, and the Buffaloes are comprised of student athletes from all over the United States as well as Australia. How have they meshed together and learned to play?
So their game out in Australia, it's so much different. I'm learning new things about their game. That's just them loving the game and learning how we play together. and then we kind of just hang out off the court and just built that bond and that family atmosphere, and kind of just trusting and believing in one another.
And Nick, you made that Final Four appearance last year. How has that helped you and Ack and the returnees from a year ago?
Yeah, so it was huge. It's knowing how physical the game was last year and trying to instill that into the freshmen. And the sophomores were a big piece last year as well, like Noah, Isaac, Micah, Harry. So it's just trying to make that big push, trying to get back to that Final Four, and it starts November 1st.
And Tom, one final question. You mentioned Parker Nielsen and Zach Tucson, players who have played for you in this program in the past. How do you look for them to help you this year on the bench?
Well, they'll do they'll get the reservations set up on the road, and hopefully we'll get some good restaurants to go to, and we'll have some good meals on the road. And all kidding aside, Parker is fantastic. He is very organized, very detailed. He already has his undergrad. He's getting a second degree. Zach already has his undergrad. He's going to get his master's. Zach is very organized. He's not as strong as Parker. We're doing a little drill today. The guys trying to hit the guys a little bit. He's kind of bouncing off the guys, but we saw that for 5 years. Zach kind of bounced off guys for 5 years, so I don't know why we'd expect anything different. But he's great. Zach is just great to be around. He's a winner. Parker is a winner. These guys are. If we didn't have these guys, it'd be tough. But they understand what their expectations are, and they're going to have a few more expectations. And so I think that's going to work out well. We're still going to try to hire somebody at the end of the season. And so we did get some applications for our second assistant. We didn't hire anybody, but hopefully we'll get somebody in that position at the end of the season.
Sounds good. Tom, Ahamed, Nick, thanks for joining me today. Again, the Buffaloes tip it off Friday, November 1st, when they host Ferris State in the first game of the D2 CCA Tip-Off Classic here at the First United Bank Center in Canyon, Texas. Thanks again for watching the 2024 LSC Men's Basketball Online Media Day.